training. As you know, guys, we do this every Saturday. We don't have to do this, but we choose to do this. All the leaders have come together to be in one sound, one mind, to move forward with the same goal to help grow this agency and all of our agencies that we have here on the call today, because this is the best and only way to get the biggest and the most important message across to everybody at the same time, so that you guys know what to do week to week. You know that what you're doing is right. I know some of you might think, we're just perfect in this business and everybody we call says yes. Absolutely not. You see pretty much the things that we go through, but this is why we get paid what we get paid. Now, granted, it's not labor, it's not anything else, but you do have to grow through things in this business in order to get to where a lot of these leaders are and then some. So please take notes, please pay attention, because a lot of your questions can get answered that you have during the week on this call. And so again, welcome to training. Now, guys, I do want to start out, as I do every week, with the top 10 submit. All right. And this is week 2 of October. All right. So the first person I want to highlight, number 10, is Kali Somerville. All right. 7,201. Number 9, Leon H. 7,665. Dwayne D. 7,672. Thaddeus S. always up there. 8,507. Jamar, 8,837. James M. I see some new people up here. 9,314. Rakita, always up there. 9,424. New person, Vernestine L. Great job. 9,910. Ryan U. Always up there. 13,907. And there can only be one. Number 1, guys, Richard M. $14,435. So, guys, that is the top 10 submit for the week. You too can be up there, but guess what? You got to go to work, right? So I do want to make a couple of announcements before we start bringing our speakers on. The first thing, guys, I want to talk about is definitely work spots. Okay. Now, I'm not talking to anybody. I know we got a lot of unlicensed people on here that are about to get their license or going through contracting. Okay. If you are not licensed, please do not sign up for work spots. Okay. You got to get your license first. Okay. Because number 1, you have an entry to any office with office space to call your leads. You have free Wi-Fi. You have free weekly live sales training. You get exclusive lead discounts, guys. You save a lot of money by having work spots. I call a lot of people and they do not have work spots and they say they can't afford it. Well, if you can't afford it, you really can't afford the leads. How do you ever think you'll get good in this business or even make money? You have to invest in leads so that you can get a return on your investment. But what I found out, guys, is that you save a ton of money by having work spots. It's only $99 a month. If you look at that compared to what other business owners are paying for an office, for Wi-Fi, for training, I mean, you're really getting the biggest discount of them all. So please, if you are licensed and you are contracted and you are like you're dialing, you're ready to run, it is important that you have work spots. It is not an option. It's a must-have, okay? And if you're serious about it, serious about your business, that is one of the most important things, guys, that you need to have. Okay, next is the Wednesday expansion meeting and what's next. Guys, this is extremely important. Again, I have people week to week asking me a bunch of questions. I know some of the leaders on here gets questions that we've already answered on these calls. Guys, it's only 1 day a week. It's only for an hour. Other companies make you go through training for 4 hours, 5 hours. Guys, we really like it. You don't have to be on a call that long here. It's a get in and get out. You get all your questions answered. You get everything you need. But guess what? If you're looking to build an agency, who could build it better? You in your position right now, you might not have made a lot of money yet. You might not have picked up your first check, or you made a little bit of money, or you might be part-time. You haven't had too much success, but you want to bring people on and expose them to the opportunity. Well, you actually get to invite them out to the first part of our meeting, which is the business expansion meeting, so that they can come see what the hype is all about. They can hear people like myself, Kali, Junior, Thad, Julian. I mean, everybody on here, LaKenya, Jasmine, Damon Parker. I mean, if I miss you, I'm sorry. But they get to hear from people who are having success so that they can come aboard and get excited about moving forward and building a business with you. All right. So that's one of the easiest ways to build this business. It's much easier to invite a bunch of people to one meeting to see the same message. and then decide what to do from there than to call people individually, which takes up a bunch of time that you may not have to try to, convince them that this business works. So get them to that meeting, guys. The most amazing meeting we had was last week. We had an all-time record. I think it was almost 80 people on the call, which was exciting. So I know we can grow it to 100. That's how we know we're growing. So please continue to invite people if you're looking to build an agency. But most importantly, guys, if you're not looking to build an agency and you're an agent, jump on anyway so you can learn how to talk about the opportunity, and you can understand what you have in front of you and why it's important that you need to go to work. The second half of that meeting, guys, is what's next. If you're licensed or unlicensed, it's important that you get on there so you can get all your questions answered. You know what to do moving forward from where you are, so that it helps us out throughout the week, because we are busy. Again, we're not busy enough to answer questions that, if it pertains to anything that you need help with that we haven't covered. But if it's the fundamentals, guys, it's things that we go over week to week on a day-to-day basis, please respect our time and get on there and get your questions answered. What we like to do is answer questions throughout the week. If you're in a home and you need help, or if you're like really just having a hard time and you're stuck on any one of the contracting lists, or the licensing checklist, we can help you maneuver. All right. But if it's something as simple as just any one of the things that we go over week to week, guys, please make sure you're on and again, answer all the questions. No question is a dumb question. Guys, please submit your numbers for the week. We are all adults. This is really important. All right. And it's not just about you, right? It's about the team and the growth in the direction that where we're going. It's not just us that has to report these numbers. It's 3 different layers or more of people, all right, with our staff that really look at the numbers that we post on the different things, such as Slack, Facebook, Slack Fury, or whether it be, if your agency has their own funnel to post, and also Facebook. This is extremely important. You must report your numbers. It's from Thursday to Wednesday. Please do it Wednesday night so you're not rushing in the morning, because most of you guys have either a job or you're running the business and you start in the field at 9 a.m., but you got to get ready early in the morning. So it's a cramp in your day to even think to have to post numbers and what you did for the week while you're trying to get ready. And some of us have kids. It's too much. So do it Wednesday night so you don't forget. Set a reminder for yourself. Again, we're all adults. Please make sure you submit your numbers, okay? And then another point I want to make is make sure that, guys, if you have your writing numbers and you're new and you just got your writing numbers from your carriers, please email contracting your writing numbers and what companies they are with. Because if you're building an agency, we cannot put the people under you if there is no writing number, and it's on the checklist. So please, if you have writing numbers and you have people under you, the only way we can put them under you so you can get your override is if you have sent over your writing numbers to contracting. And then last but not least, guys, convention. This is so exciting. Big decisions are made at big events. Any one of the leaders that come on here and talks about their success is because they went to convention or went to a big event. Guys, it is super important. Not only is it free, but you have an opportunity to change your entire life. I always talk about these 2 guys, Thad and Ryan. They were prior police officers, guys, averaging about 40 to 50 grand a year, maybe a little bit more, right? But what I do know is that they worked very hard and put their life on the line to serve their community, to serve the people. And they weren't making a lot of money. They knew they wanted more. They wanted something different. And they were told to go to a convention. Now, they didn't fight it. They didn't say, I got to be home with my family, or I got to go to work, or listen. When you're going after something bigger, you have to make certain sacrifices, because opportunities don't come every day. They only come once in a lifetime. And so they knew they had to be there. So they put their job, they told their job they weren't coming. They told their families, listen, we're going into an event. We got to get this information because we're watching people make 50 to 100,000 or more a month. We have to be there to figure out what it is we need to do. They went to that event, came back, went full time, quit their job, and now average over 40 to 50 grand a month. Guys, I don't know what other way to tell you. You have to be there, and we can't come back and tell you what it is. The energy is there. Now, yes, you do have to pay for your way there. You do have to pay for your room, but the event is completely free. We come from an IMO or an insurance company where we had to pay for everything, guys. We had to pay for buses, tickets, people. We had to pay for everything. And then our comps were low, so we really didn't make a lot of money. So all the money we did make went right back into rallying people to an event. All right. And so here you really have the luxury of going to a free event to change your entire life. There's no excuses here. I've never seen anybody become successful without going. So please make sure you are there. Make sure you are registered now. We don't know the limits. Yes, we will practice safety guidelines when it comes to COVID, wear your mask, whatever you have to do. But make sure you are there. It's February 2nd to the 5th, 2022. I don't want to hear any excuses about money. Guys, if you have a license, go run it up, go make some money. If you don't, go get your license. It only takes a week. We're not taking any excuses here because there's too many people winning for you not to get up and go to work and get it done. All right. So with that being said, that's a wrap up for my announcements, guys. I would love to first.
I text you really quickly. Let me go through the new live dial schedule.
Yes.
So guys, we have hold on one second. We have come up. There's a new live dial session. We're doing new sessions. Let me pull up the flyer real quick. It's gonna help me. All right. So the live dials, they have first of all, if you're brand new and you have not been on a live dial session, you definitely need to be on Monday's live dial session and every other live dial session after that. Because what we have done is we have revamped the way that we do it. Number one, that there is every hour there's one of the leaders, one of the people that are consistent setting appointments, consistent with going on appointments, actually dialing the phones. You can hear them calling CRM leads, especially, so you can hear the objections that person is getting. You can hear what they're saying to overcome the objections. This is really how a lot of the people here have learned how to dial the phone. And you want to master the phones because mastering the phones is 80 to 90% of the business. And I'll tell you, this is the part of the business that takes most people out of the business because they never learn to master the phone. So what's different, guys, is that we're going to start having dial sessions every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday because we understand that everybody doesn't do the Monday and Thursday dial sessions. Some people do, some people dial Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So this is to accommodate everybody, and no matter what their dial schedule is, this is to accommodate everybody. The other thing that we did is that on Mondays, we've added a later session. So Monday from 7:30 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. we'll have live dials, and then we'll stop just in time for the Monday T&L call. And then we start back up from 3 to 6, and that's to accommodate people who may have a full-time job and can't really get on during the day, and also to be able to call people a little bit later in the evening. And then we'll be calling again from Wednesday from 7:30 to 12:30, and then Thursday from 7:30 to 12:30. All the times are Eastern Standard Time. And then the Zoom link is the same exact link as it is that we're on today. But guys, the other thing that we do need is we need more people volunteering to take up the slots, right? So if you've been here for a while and you know how to dial the phones, we need help. We need help dialing. So, if you are somebody who, wants to help the team out, because this is a team effort. If you're somebody who, you're good on the phone, you want to be able to help, this is not just for FFL Fury. This is for the entire organization. This is the entire hierarchy of FFL National. So if you're somebody who, you're good on the phone and you want to be able to help the team, we need other people to volunteer and help us fill these slots up that we have for the live dial. So if that's you, please message me. You can text me 443-453-6126. I'll put my number in the chat when I'm done here. But we do need help, guys, with these dial sessions. And the people that are helping out so far, like I know on a regular basis, Corinne and Damon Parker always volunteer, but we need more volunteers, guys. So Corinne, with that being said, I'm gonna turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much. And guys, let me piggyback off of what she said, because what I realized is that the people who try to do this business alone, the people who just don't want to plug in, we can tell your pockets are showing. So if you want to change your income, get uncomfortable and get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. Get on these live dials. They really do help, because you never know. It could be one or two words that you're saying that could make the biggest difference. And I know that was definitely for me. I had to unlearn everything that I thought I already knew, coming from insurance, being in insurance over 8 years, because this is completely different. So guys, get uncomfortable and get on these live dials so that you can learn and take your money, your business, everything to the next level. All right. Thank you, Khalid. So the first speaker that I definitely want to bring up, okay, guys, because what I do know is that if you're looking to build an agency and you're just having a rough and hard time, right? This fire stud, she actually invited on our last call over 11 people and hired 8 just in one night. That is a big freaking deal, okay? That is one of the biggest and quickest ways to build a business, is to rally a bunch of people to events. So you get to hear what she's saying. First, she's going to briefly tell you about herself. And then she's going to tell you how she did that, what she said, what it looked like, and how she does that, how she rallies massive amount of people to a conference call and then hired them afterwards. So do I have Diamond Kelly on?
Yes.
Girl. Hey, fabulous.
Hey, Lou.
You working like your name, honey. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Good.
Hey,
So
everybody.
congratulations on all your hiring success and getting a bunch of people. As I heard, you got you won something for that too, right? For getting
Yes, I
that many
did.
people.
Yes, ma'am. I got me
That's
$200 worth of leads.
wow. So when you work works, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
There
yeah.
you go. Briefly tell me, just give us a brief synopsis about yourself, and then go into what we talked about, how you did that, how you invited over 11 people and you hired 8 in one night. Take it away, girlfriend.
Okay. So a little background about me. Of course, my name is Diamond Kelly. Been married 3 years. I have a background as an engineer, a visual inspection engineer at an aerospace company. And I worked there since I was 20 years old. I worked there for 6 years. I'm 26 now. So during that time, at first I loved the job and I loved what I did, but it just got to a point where it was repetitive and I just wanted something more. And they had me on different shifts. They would tell me late that I had to stay after and all that stuff. And I just really got tired of it and tired of someone else running my life. And I wanted to run my own life and spend time with my family and spend time with my husband and everything like that. So me and my husband was buying a house, and our realtor, Damon Parker, I don't know if he's up. Yeah, he's up here. Damon Parker introduced me to this agency. I have zero experience. Like I said, I was 20 when I started working there. I worked at McDonald's, and that's it. So I have zero experience in sales. I can't sell anything. I thought I couldn't sell anything. I do love to talk to people and get to know people. And meet new people. However, when it comes to selling something, I just feel like it's hard for me to convince somebody to buy something. But what I had to realize with this business is you're not convincing somebody to buy something just out of the blue. You actually have leads that these are people who actually want the insurance, and you basically just have to sell yourself. And I'll talk about that a little later. So I have a background as that. I've been doing this for like a month and a half now. Last month I made over 9K, and and I'm enjoying it and I'm loving it right now. So how I get people to join in on the calls, on the Wednesday calls and expansion calls. So I am always in work mode. I'm always scouting. I'm always looking for potential people to partner with me and join this wonderful organization that we have. So I can be eating at a restaurant and I could have a waitress come waiting on me, and if I feel, I'm an energy person, so if I feel the energy from this waitress or waiter, then I'm going to give them this opportunity. I don't just hire anybody. I don't just walk down the street and I see somebody walking, I'm like, I feel like hiring today. And I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to get your energy and get your vibe, and then I'm going to bring you in with me. So like I said, I could be at a restaurant, so it'll kind of go like, so do you like what you do? Well, yeah, or well, no, whatever they say. Okay, well, are you open to any other opportunities? They'll say yes, they'll say no. If they say no, fine, I don't push it at all. If they say yes, that they're open, I say, okay, well, maybe you'll be interested in what I do. And sometimes I show my little picture of what I made, and sometimes I'll say, do you have any experience in sales or anything like that? And then they'll say no. I say, okay, so you're in luck, because Wednesday we have an expansion meeting, and I would like for you to join to just at least see what I do in order to, yield the results that I get, the money that I get. So they're like, oh yeah, I'm down. So that's just how I do it. It could be at a restaurant, it could be at the move. I don't care where I'm at. Like if I get a vibe from somebody, I'm gonna talk to them about what I do. I'm gonna talk to them about my business. Also, it's 3 different ways. That's one way. The second way is online, like Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. So you know the little flyers when you make a big sale or you do something good and they put your picture up there and they put how much you made and all that stuff. I take that picture and I post it on my Instagram and my Facebook stories. And you will not believe how many people I have recruited and that's in class today, and actually about to test because I posted something on my story and they seen it and they were intrigued or interested. Some people are interested and they just want to know more. And some people are like, no, I need this now. Like, I'm so tired of working. I don't want to work. I don't want to do what I'm doing right now. So I want to do what you're doing. Sign me up. And they don't even want to be on the expansion call, but I still want them to, just so they know what they're getting themselves into. Because in order to work here, you really have to put in work. You really have to be self-motivated. You really have to be, you have to be a special kind of person to do what we do, first of all. So yeah, those are the type of people that I hire under me. Internet, anywhere you go, if you see somebody, you catch a vibe. Also, when I'm selling insurance, whenever I book an appointment and I go to that appointment, and if I'm giving you, I literally have someone in class right now that I actually wrote a policy for him and his son because that vibe was just so amazing. And I was like, this man has to be on, this has to be my rabbit right here because he's making me feel some type of way. And not like that, but he is really like, he's a really good person. Like the way he talks, the way it's just like some people have an aura about them. And those are the people that I want to come in my agency because at the end of the day in this business, you're not selling the insurance per se, you're really selling yourself. And a lot of people think that they have to know how to sell insurance or know everything about insurance. You really don't. All you have to know how to do is sell yourself, is be presentable, is be yourself, first of all, because if you're trying to be somebody else or somebody that you're not, it's not going to come off authentic. Be your authentic self and everybody will just fall in love with you. Everybody would do that. There's no need to overdo anything, underdo anything. Just be yourself, and that's what you should be looking for. You should be looking for people who are like you, people who have a good vibe, people who are hardworking, people from previous jobs that you know that they don't like their job. Yeah, so that's really all I do when I'm picking people up.
Diamond, that's exciting. So you cash flowed over $9,000 last month?
Yes.
You're only 26.
Yes.
And you're still learning?
Yes. Every single day. I'm sorry?
How long have you been here with FFL?
Like a month and a half. This is my second month.
How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I can leave when I can go and leave when I want to. I can set my own schedules. I can wake up when I want to. It is discipline, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. I would never, ever want to work a 9 to 5 ever again a day in my life. I would never want to do that.
So let me ask you a question. Transitioning from it, because you've never been in business before, you've never been in insurance, you've never done anything like this.
No.
Coming from a job, would you say that, coming from a job, would you say that you kept the same schedule, meaning you woke up at a certain time, you go to sleep at a certain time to make sure that you can produce this $9,000 every month from here on out?
No, KG, no. I was working 4 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Whoa.
That was my schedule when I left there. Before that, I was working 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I was always a night out, always on a third shift type of schedule. I was always up at night. So it was so hard for me to adjust to getting up early and being productive throughout the day. Like the first couple weeks, I was waking up so tired because I'm not used to being up at that time, and then at night I'll wake up like at 8 in the morning, and then I would go to sleep like at 3 in the morning, so it's just like I never was really getting enough sleep. So no, I had to work for that sleep, okay? Because I love my sleep. Everybody know I love my sleep, and I will sleep all day if you let me. But that's why I say you just got to be very motivated, and self-motivation is like one of the toughest things to do. And that's another reason why I love this business, because everybody is always there for you. Everybody got each other's back, and they'll hold your hand, not hold your hand like that, but they'll be there for you. If you apply yourself and they see you on the calls and trying to learn and trying to do your best, and you're still confused, like, we're going to give you help. Like, I've posted my number up here for the newest people that just came in, because I'm still new and I'm still learning every single day. I ring Kylie line, I talk to Mike, I talk to DJ, hey, I need help with this, I need help 911, So that's another thing I love, that everybody is actually there for you.
So that's how you're learning. You're calling your leaders when you feel like you don't know which direction to go in, and they're helping you through that tough time.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you did call, would you be where you are right now?
No, I would not. And it's so much hard. It is harder. You can still do it, but it's harder when you are, because DJ, like, I was going on his appointments with him. So that's how I feel like I want to bring my new people in. I want to have 2 weeks where they kind of shadow me, and then you have to make calls after that. Like, it's just, you have to. Like, I don't want nobody that's about to be scared of the phones. You cannot be scared of the phones. You just got to get up there. Like, if I can do it, then y'all can do it. Like, y'all really can do it. To all the new people that's up here, I know it's very intimidating and it's very like uncertain, but I actually resigned from my job before I even started writing business. So I backed myself up against the wall, and I was making $24 an hour, like, and that was pretty good money. I had great benefits and everything. I was working there for 6 years, about to get my 7th year raise, but I just seen like all the older people there, and they was just unhappy, and I was just like, this is not what I want for myself. It's not at all what I want for myself, So yeah, I resigned from my job, and then I started writing business, and I backed myself up against the wall, and I did it because I knew I would come out swinging. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, one more thing for the new people and everything like that. Don't be intimidated by buying leads either, because I bought my first set of leads. It was I think it was $400 or $500 and something dollars, and that was actually some of my mortgage money. So I did it again, and I make impulsive decisions, I'm sorry, but I did that, and then I bought my leads, and I went out in the field, and I ended up making over $5,000. So that little $400, $500 was nothing compared to what I actually brought home in the end. So that's another thing. You have to make an investment, even if it's scary.
Whoa! All I hear is a bunch of sacrifices, because you've seen way too many people winning.
Yeah.
And you just believed in yourself enough, like, I don't know what's going on, but I know my leaders are going to help me. And as long as I do what they say that I need to do, I'm going to make this money. Yep.
And it works. It works. The system works. And it's right there for you. It's literally in black and white. You don't have to make nothing. You don't have to recreate nothing. You just do what you're told. That's all you got to do. Y'all hear me?
We love you.
Just do it.
Diamond, I appreciate you so much for getting on, guys. This was her first time speaking. Have you ever spoken a conference call before?
No, I did not.
This is your first time too?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, listen.
I don't see how you do it, KG. I don't see how you do it, girl.
I've been doing it for years. However, you did an amazing job. I know I'm definitely going to have you on here again. And guys, I don't know. I mean, she said everything. You can really do this here if you make a decision to get up and go to work. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be the best salesperson. I know I'm not the best salesperson. You just got to be able to sell you, and you got to be a good person. And so, Diamond, we're just so excited for all your success, and you have more to come. Great job, and keep crushing it and being the example, because when you're consistent and persistent, people are attracted to that. And I have no doubt you can't take it as far as integrity here. Okay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it for the support.
And put in the chat how people can maybe get, add you as a friend on Facebook or IG, whatever your social media is, so they can watch your growth from here today.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much. Guys, we're going to go ahead and bring on the second speaker. I'm so excited about this guy. You guys have never heard from him before. Let me give you a little synopsis about him. This is Gary Nessaro. So Gary is actually direct to Frank Euphemia. He's been with FFL since last November. He went to a conference. So you hear this, I talked to you guys about convention, right? And how important it is to be at a big event. He went to a big event, which was conference in last February, and it motivated him to get out and into the field and to start working. So his best month in April was $83,000 in a month. Some people can't comprehend that. I know I can, okay? But Matt, what would $83,000 in a month do for you? What would half of that do for you? Guys, you can do this here. And year to date, he's at 200, like the year's not even over yet, 220,000. I have no doubt he'll hit over 300,000 by the end of the year, maybe even more than that. Hall of Fame, I can see it for you, Gary. And he was with another IMO, but he had no help. He had no leadership. He sought out Frank. Okay, guys, if you don't know who Frank is, that is the person who is at the top of the top. They make about $2 million a month. Frank is our leader, right? And just with a simple help from Frank and getting started, guys, he is on his way. Gary, are you there?
I'm here. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, I'm amazing. And guys, he's in the field today, so please respect his time. And the way that you do that is take everything that Diamond and Gary is saying and put it to work. That's how you show your appreciation. But Gary, I know you're in the field today. I appreciate your time. Please go over your phone script and also your in-home etiquette. Thank you so much for being on today.
Yeah,
hey, real quick, Gary,
Yeah.
Great job. Gary just closed over. He just posted in Slack. He just closed over $6,000. It looks like in one house.
73. Come on.
Okay, my bad. 7,300 in one house. Great job, Gary.
Be
Just wanted to
smart.
give that to you as an intro. He got off that appointment. Now he's on here giving us his nuggets. Let's go, Gary.
All right. Good morning. So starting with phone script, dialing the CMR leads. See, very simple. Script that I use is one I printed off the FFL webpage. I'm going to run through it. Hey, good morning, Karen. Yes. Hey, Karen, this is Gary. I'm getting back to you in regards to the online request you had submitted for information on the state regulated life insurance. How are you doing? I leave it at that. That's my opening. They know I'm calling them about something they submitted online. They know it's about life insurance. I asked them to verify the address on files because I'm the local field underwriter. I want to get the information over to them. So I get the address from them. I verify their date of birth. And then from there, I explain to them, I'm the local field underwriter again. My job is to get the information over to them. Takes 15 minutes. I have to come out and see them, verify they're not in a hospice bed or on a wheelchair, try to make them get a little laugh out of them, let them know we're human. And from there, I'm just scheduling the appointment. When you're scheduling the appointment, as I'm sure everyone knows, you ask them, hey, are you working disabled, retired. From there, getting that answer that tells me the time of day that I want to focus on. If they say they're retired, I'll say, okay, are you an early riser? If they say yes, what's better for you, 8 a.m. or 9:30? That way, pin them down, get my morning appointment booked first. If they say they're currently working, okay, what does that look like for you? Are you a 9 to 5er Monday through Friday? And going based upon the answer they give me, oh, I get home at 5:15. Okay, great. What's better for you? A 6:30 or 8 o'clock to let you get settled in? I always give them just two possibilities for the call and let it go from there. That's my in-home script. Like I said, very simple. Again, just running that through again. Hey, this is Gary. Just getting back to you, Jane, in regards to the online request you submitted for information on the state-regulated life insurance programs. That is it. Keep it simple. If you talk too much, you confuse them. And then they're like, hey, what's this for? And you lose them. Okay. Everybody good there? Okay. So when I get to my in-home and we're sitting down, they know I'm the local field underwriter. I told them on the phone, I'm going to have an answer for them in 15 minutes. So when I sit down with them, I just say that again to them. Okay, I'm your local field underwriter. My number one priority is to find out where I can get you approved to be qualified for a program. I pull out my sheet of paper. It shows, hey, Family First Life with all my carriers. So I tell them, we're going to go through the way to figure out that you're going to get approved is a couple quick health questions, a couple quick financials. So then I'm just running through and asking them anything major health wise. What prescriptions are you taking as a daily regimen for control? That'll then lead me to, okay, am I going to be able to go ahead and go with America, or do I have to go another direction without them knowing? My number one go-to is always go to America first. If there's, let them do the underwriting. That way, you know, if you have an issue or not. I can tell you for me personally, in the last 4 to 5 months, it has been a game changer for me because I was never trained to do that. I actually heard on one of Frank's podcasts one day, Rakita Gorman, and she was talking about that, and that changed everything for me. So side tangent, it's always important to be on these calls and all the trainings because you never know what you're going to pick up that's going to change things for you. Okay. But my in-home, I do keep it that simple. I'm just here to qualify you. Anything major, any prescriptions for a daily regimen. And then from there, just going on based upon what are we trying to achieve? If I'm here for walking into a CRM lead, you never know. You could get somebody who says, hey, I just want to get some burial insurance. So I'm like, okay, what does that mean to you? Are you looking for a burial? Are you looking for a cremation? And then I'm going to give them 3 examples. No matter what they say, if they say they're looking for a cremation policy, okay, I will show them 10,000, 15, and then show them if I'm going to America, okay, here's 30. This is the maximum you qualify for. Put it out there. Although they told you they want a cremation policy, you never know when you show them the price. They may say, you know what, I can afford that. Let's go ahead and do that. If not, worst case scenario, okay, they take 10,000 for $80 a month and you're still golden. You help the family out. Okay. So does anybody have any questions or anything for me as I'm going through here? I know I'm talking really fast, just trying to help you guys out.
Hey, Gary, this is Kali.
Hey.
I got a couple questions. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
So I'm doing great. How much are you spending? So are you just buying CRM leads, Gary, or are you using other types of leads in addition to CRM?
I'll use a combination. I have some mailers that I do get in for final expense.
Okay.
But I mean,
all right.
when I was my best month, when I did the 80,000, that month was truly all $11 internet leads. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't have anything locked down, no other mailers at that point, because I just came out of conference. So at that point, what I was doing, I was buying 100 instant internet leads every dial session. So I was spending, you know, with work spots, you're spending anywhere between $800–900 per dial session. And then out of that, Okay, if I have my 100 leads to make sure everybody's on the same page, I don't know how long everybody's been here. The goal out of that dial session was to get my 15 appointments for my 30 a week. So that means 85 people are going to tell me no, and that's okay. I just need
That's
the
good.
15 to say yes.
That's
And
good. That's good,
it's
Gary.
all about the mindset. That's what I was doing.
Okay. And and I'm here, I'm just like roughly in my head doing some math. So 2,000, let's call it 2,000 a week,
Right.
to net you eight. Well, you didn't net 80,000 income. You wrote over 80,000 in volume, but you
Right.
probably, because you did a
That
big
was
annuity that month, right?
right. Right. So that was 45,000 in my pocket that month.
45,000. Say that again, Gary.
Yeah, that was a
Your
$45,000 month.
And that was was that your first full month in the business? Because I think I
That was
remember from
yeah.
convention, I remember you saying like you were kind of thinking about quitting at one point. Were you not? Do I remember that right?
No, I wasn't at with you guys. I was in Miami at convention, but
Yeah, that's what I mean, convention.
yeah. So I mean, when I was sitting at convention, I was brand new to FFL. I've only sold at that point. I had maybe sold $3,000 for FFL at that point from November. So I went to convention, was sitting in convention and listened to everybody tell you, okay, this is what you got to do. Just follow the program and you'll be successful. So on Friday at convention, I had $150 in my pocket. That was it. That's all I had. I put everything I had to go into convention. So at lunch break at convention, I went upstairs to my hotel room and I got on the phone and took out a $10,000 loan. I went and got a loan so that I could buy leads. So I came back in February, paid all my bills so I didn't have to worry about it. So I could just focus on working for the month. And I just went to work, buying leads with my money because I knew my bills were paid, and then just haven't looked back.
That is Gary. So you really took, I mean, at the end of the day, you took a big leap of faith, right? By like number one, going into convention and saying, hey, I'm taking a chance. I don't even really have any money in my pocket, and then came back and before you even got back, you took out a loan so that because you knew it was an investment. Because I think a lot of times, and I think if you could talk about this really quickly, especially still being fairly new, right? What is like the mindset between spending the money and investing the money in the business? Like how did you make that switch so quickly that you said, I'm going to go and take that's a pretty sizable loan, a decent sized loan, so I can go and invest my money into these leads? Can you talk about like that, like how your mindset kind of has to be so that you can even make it make sense to yourself? Because I know for myself, like the first time I bought leads, I spent $600 on game time leads and I was sick to my stomach because I really didn't have it. So, so talk a little about like just your mindset with buying leads at the beginning and how like now how you're so confident in the leads and the results of the leads.
Absolutely. So to back up, to add to that, to make sure we know where I'm coming from, with my previous IMO, they were telling me to spend $500 a week, and then I was going to make money off of that. And the leads I was buying with them, $500 bought me 30 leads. So I didn't know anything any better. So I was buying 30 leads and I might get one sale, maybe two, and a lot of no answers. So that's where I started looking for FFL because I was frustrated on the leads, but going to convention and seeing producer after producer after producer, they all said the same thing. See, have 30 appointments a week and you'll be okay. And I knew if all these people are doing it from all those different backgrounds, there was absolutely no way that I was going to be able to fail. I knew I could walk into a home if I had a lead to go see somebody, I'm going to help them out unless they absolutely don't want the help. So my going to convention changed my mindset completely. I had a wall up previously that said, okay, I don't want to spend this money because I wasn't seeing anything come back from it. But it was all about the amount of the quantity of leads that I had versus any type of quality. It's all a numbers game. And having 100 leads now per dial session new, you're going to hit your number. It's not I don't question when I sit down to make phone calls if I'm going to be able to get my appointments booked. I know I'm going to get my appointments booked and know I'm going to see the right activity. And that's all this is. There's nothing special about it. The activity is all you have to do. So is that what you're looking for, Collie?
Yeah, that's perfect. And then you're in, and I was you're in home, Gary. What did you do on this last appointment where you were able to close? It was one house, but you closed 7,300 in, right?
Yes. And what this came down to, she's only 50. What's that? Can you hear me?
Was it? Did you do anything extra special on that appointment? I can hear you.
No. What happened was she's 53 years old, and unfortunately, her husband passed away in April of cancer suddenly. And she is a veterinarian. She has the business here at her house. She does not have any 401k, nothing to act like life insurance. Nothing was ever set up for her to do that. So when she lost her husband, she has a 14-year-old daughter here at home. And she's like, if something happens to me, something's got to take care of her. She wants to be a veterinarian as well. So I want to have the money set aside to cover her for college. So when I sat down with her, I said, what are we trying to achieve today? And she's like, I want to have $500,000 for my daughter if something happens to me. So what I did was I did a Mutual Omaha Index Universal Life Express for $250,000. And then we were looking at doing another 250 for the Americo CBO, but we ended up doing 150. So we got her $400,000 in coverage today between those two policies. And the good thing is with the CBO, okay, in 25 years, she's still here. She's getting all that money back. So she's going to have over $100,000 25 years down the road if she's still here to just reinvest and do whatever she needs to do with it.
Excellent. That's a great job. That's a great payday, Gary. How many more appointments you got today?
I have, this was appointment number 2 of the day. So I got 5 more. I have 7 on the books today.
How many, did anyone else have any questions? He just rose 7,300 his own man, and he still has more appointments left in the day. So I'm sure he's not done for the day. What questions? And I'm driving, so I can't really look at the chat. So if anybody has any questions for Gary, take your phone off mute really quickly and ask.
Hey, so Gary, so you buy all your leads out of the CRM, or you buy from different vendors as well?
No, I don't really use any vendors. CRM leads is pretty much all I've done. I have tried a couple vendors. It didn't work for me personally. I didn't like it. It seemed to me that there was a lot of competition on it. And when I'm dealing with the CRM instant leads, if I buy them and call them right away, I feel for me, it works better. Everybody has their own way of doing it. But that's just me. I don't have a problem spending the extra money buying the $11 leads as opposed to 1 and 3 months old if I'm just getting started. I know I'm going to spend $1,000 a dial session, almost 2,000 a week. That's just where I'm at. And you'll grow to that. And once you grow to that, you'll get adjusted and you'll get bigger and bigger, and it just keeps getting better and better for you. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out of it.
Awesome. And just a little bit about your schedule. So how many dial days do you put in your schedule, and like what goal you have set as far as the many appointments that you have for the run day?
My typical run day is I have a little bit distance between appointments because I'm over in the country. So I run appointments every hour and a half. So that means I'm running 7 to 8 appointments a day. The goal is to get to 30 every week. So like tomorrow, I'm picking up a couple more tomorrow that I'm going to run on Sunday to make sure that I'm going to have my 15 for this first part of the week. And then Tuesday and Wednesday next week will be my other 15 to get me to 30.
Okay. Thanks, Gary.
You're welcome.
Hey, Gary, I have a question.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for coming on. When you buy your leads, right, do you wait to dial them, or do you dial them right away?
No, I'm going to buy them, print them, and start dialing. I'll buy them Sunday night for a Monday dial session, but you're up 7:30 in the morning, ready to start dialing them. I've only had them in my possession for 12 hours. You don't wait on them.
Why don't we wait on them?
Because other people are going to get to them. You know, it's just first one in the door typically is the one that's going to close the sale if you do everything right.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Does anybody have any questions for Gary? We should be having a bunch of questions. No, nobody?
So Gary, what area?
Clear. He was pretty clear.
Hey Gary, what areas you running, bro?
I live on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. So I'm over on the Eastern Shore of Maryland and Delaware.
Okay.
But I mean, you can go anywhere. I mean, there are times when I work over in PG probably once every 2 weeks, because I have older leads when I first started from all over the state. So I work those areas in. If I have a day that, okay, something's going on for me that I have an appointment, outside of work to do something, I'll schedule them in that area for that day. So I'm not wasting time.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I got a question
Hey,
for you, Gary.
Oh, go ahead, Mama.
So when you do dial days and you calling people and like they telling you no, but you kind of get a feeling like they only say no because they either busy or they just kind of nervous.
Right.
You still person like door knock the people that tell you no to still get a no in their face so they can tell you no in the face, or you just discard that lead?
Do not throw a lead away until you have at least door knocked them. Absolutely
Okay.
not. And I'll tell you this, I had a day this week. My schedule for the last month or so, my son plays high school soccer and he's a senior, so I don't miss his games. So my schedule is a little off right now than doing a traditional run days. And I had a day this week, I guess it was Wednesday or Thursday. It just lined up that soccer games messed up my schedule, so I didn't have a chance to really dial the way I wanted to. So I took an area that I haven't been able to go to that I had like 10 leads in, and I just took those 10 leads, went out and door knocked. If they're not there, I leave a little ticket on the door. I put their name, the date, and the time I was there. And then on the note, I'll put, hey, my office has been trying to reach you. My job is to get this information over to you. And that's all I say. Please call me directly with my cell phone. And then when they call you back, I usually do not answer the phone. If I'm out doing door knocks and somebody calls you back, let them leave a message, because that now tells you they're home. Circle back and get them then. Don't give them a chance to schedule the appointment. When they do that, call me. I go right back to that house as soon as I can. And what happened to me this week, that happened. The guy called me, left me a message. Hey, I'm home now. Give me a call. I went right back over there and I closed him for $1,500.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll definitely do that then.
But
Okay, so this is Demontra speaking, by the way. So even though they don't say no, you want to, just so I understand, you want to wait for them to like contact you back, or do you keep trying to get a hold of them?
You're talking about leads when I'm calling leads and door knock, two different things. So let's say I'm calling you as a lead and you don't answer. Yes, then if I go through my dial day and my appointments are completely booked up, well, that lead's just going to go into a binder for that county. And then the next time I'm calling, I have my new leads. And when I go through my new leads, if I don't get my appointments, I'm going to go into my old leads and just go through them until I get my appointment. Make the dial day a little longer, but you have to get your 15 appointments per dial session. You have to do that. That is the message out of everything. So if you have your leads, you go through them and you can't get the appointments you need to get, then you have your old leads to go back through. And case in point, my day to day is booked out of leads that are dated for August.
Okay.
So
Gary, quick question.
Yeah.
When you're dialing, right? And sometimes we're dialing throughout the week, especially in the morning. People are maybe getting ready for work, or they just got to work and they can't really talk, right? How important is it that we quick set that appointment and not in most cases? Because I know so you can generally tell when someone needs to call you back, like if somebody's at a funeral or something like that, right?
Right.
But how important is it to quick set and get them right on the phone right then and there to book that appointment versus saying, hey, yeah, I'll call you back?
Oh, right? No, when you have them on the phone, you have to get that appointment booked if all possible. So what I'll do is, hey, I'm at work, I'm really busy. He's like, perfect, that's why I'm calling. I'm at work too. I'm just going to be in your area tomorrow. What's your work schedule look like? Okay, you get home at 5. Okay, 6:30 or 8, which is better for you? And just quick set it that way. And then just leave it at that. So that's what you want to do that, because what happens is if you don't set that appointment when you talk to them, I would say less than 25% of the time when you call them back, you're going to be dialing on a couple different times to try to actually get them to answer the phone again. So it's key that when you have somebody on the phone to get that appointment scheduled right then and there.
Okay. Smalls, I have a question as well. How many hours do you spend when you're doing your dial a day? Just out of curiosity, because I know, do you eat while you're dialing, or do you just pick a certain amount of hours and then take a break and then come back to it again?
What I will do, if I'm sitting down with $111 instant internet leads, my dialing is going to start 7:30. I have a dial tracker in front of me so that you can track your dials. And I'm going to go through them until I feel I'm hungry. Okay. If I'm hungry at noon, all right, I'll run upstairs, grab a salad, whatever. If I'm sitting in the office and you're dialing, I wouldn't spend more than 30, 45 minutes. Your job that day is to book those calls. If you're there dialing and you have those leads in front of you, I typically will get in about 6 to 7 hours of 100 fresh leads doing the internet leads. It'll take me 6, 7 hours tops. I'll have my 15 appointments booked.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Question for you.
One last question, please.
Sorry, really quick. So from those 15 appointments that you're able to book or that you're able to set, what are some of the roadblocks that you feel as far as not closing when you get there? And what do you feel like is like your closing rate?
Closing rate, for me, if I'm booking 30 appointments and I'm out of the 30, the numbers don't lie. Out of 30, you'll sit down with 20 of them. Usually about 10 of them a week on average will either no show you, get there and say, oh, somebody else has been here, or just whatever reason, hey, I'm not interested anymore when you get there. So then that takes us down to 20 appointments. Out of those 20 appointments, my average is between 6 and 9 sales a week. Does that make sense?
Cool, thank you. Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Gary, again, and guys, you guys had great questions. Gary, again, thank you so much. We definitely got to get you on again.
Anytime.
But guys,
sorry I was running late.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So go ahead, go run it up. I know you got to go to your next appointment. We do appreciate you. Guys, I do want to end this call with the competition that I ran from the last call. If you weren't on that call, I'm sorry. I do have my list. You cannot participate. That's why it's important to show up. But if you were on the Wednesday call and you have your team on here, whoever has the most teammates on here right now is going to get something from me. I'll let you know at the end once we get the winner. So guys, if you are on high voltage, and if you're with another agency, guys, you can run your own competition for your team. But if you're on high voltage, who has the most guests on here? Tell me how many teammates you have on. We got 1 minute. Who has the most guests? I don't hear nothing. I hear crickets. Who has the most guests? And it's important to know who you have on.
I got 3.
Whoa, Josh, what? 3? That's a big deal. Hey, is anybody beating 3? Guess not. Y'all took too long. Josh, name your 3.
So I had Charlie. We have Nikki and Kelly.
Perfect. Josh, great job. This is why it's important to plug in. You're going to have money for leads. So go ahead. If you have Cash App, text that to me. I know you're going through contracting right now. So as soon as you get started, I got you, bro.
Bang, bang.
Great job. All right, guys, that's a wrap for today. We love you. Go run it up. Go crush it. You got everything you need. We absolutely love you. We'll see you back Saturday. Have a great day. Great job, Josh.
everybody.
So
You too, and thank you.